Now, Zack Snyder revealed this whole storyboards that him, Jim Lee, and even written by Jeff Johns helped on developing the whole Justice League arc. And yeah, you can say it's spoilers, but then he really emphasized that, if Justice League 2 and 3 never happens, this is probably our best chance at looking at how the backbone structure of the trilogy was going to be. Now, one of the characters that we were introduced in Batman v Superman was the eccentric Lex Luthor, played by Jesse Eisenberg.
He ruined Zeus's plan to destroy mankind, and for that he was given a thunderbolt. True!
A lot of critics just wrote him off like he was some kind of ridiculous villain like a Jim Carrey Riddler from Batman Forever. At first, I wasn't too excited about him either, but then it really grew on me.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
We know better now, don't we? The devils don't come from hell beneath us, no. No, they come from the sky.
And apparently, in the later Justice League, he becomes this really crucial character that ends up actually bringing Darkseid to Earth.
Ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
This was from the GQ magazine interview with Zack Snyder. So in a perfect world, had you been allowed to release this Justice League the way you envisioned and you stayed on, what would have happened next? Zack Snyder said, basically, Darkseid comes to Earth, Lex Luthor has found the anti-life equation, he has teamed up with the Riddler, who has deciphered the anti-life equation, and Batman's on their trail. The Riddler tells them, I thought it was a riddle, but it turns out to be the end of the world. But Lex gives the anti-life equation to Darkseid upon his arrival, along with the information that, if you kill Lois Lane, now pregnant, you'll be able to control Superman, and he will succumb to the anti-life equation.
There we go. And now God bends to my will.
So at first looks like he's going to team up with Darkseid and actually be the bad guy. But in the original storyboards, Superman turns evil, he kills off Lex Luthor, and the nightmare world happens.
It was your ego. Being a hero was too important to you.
I did love being a hero, but if this is where it leads, I'm done with it.
Hera.
Well, it had to be done.
Are you okay?
I'm great.
But what about when Flash was able to reverse the whole thing and Batman sacrifices himself and everybody is alive? Lex Luthor should be alive too. Well, what happens to Lex Luthor? Does he continue on and actually sides with Darkseid? Well, according to an interview with DC Cinematic subreddit, he actually reveals the fate of Lex Luthor and how he had a hand in the Darkseid War.
His arc was really interesting to me. Like at one point we talked about, that he, in the final battle, he's the one that brings the briefcase nuke into Darkseid's spaceship and detonates it himself. Kind of that's what puts him off. It's kind of like he wasn't down with the concept of completely destroying mankind, right? He didn't realize that was the bet. So I thought we were talking, who knows, I'm just bullshitting now, but that kind of thing is something he would be capable of, right? He could go all the way.
In the same interview, he says that all that nuke does is weaken Darkseid forces, and Superman ultimately defeats Darkseid. Now that's pretty awesome. At that time, Zack Snyder was still optimistic about restoring the Snyderverse and actually getting to do his Justice League 2 and 3, having all those characters, the Furies, New Gods, Superman, all the entire Justice League, all the DC superheroes. Hopefully that can still happen when they restore the Snyderverse. And once again, to emphasize, yes, that was the original storyboards. We don't know if he's going to change anything when he actually gets to make Justice League 2 and 3. Either way, it would have been awesome, and it can still be. So please, Discovery, restore the Snyderverse.